3, 2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East and this is the Smart 7. Good morning, it's Friday the 12th of June and a big happy Russia Day.
Счастливый Россия день.
And happy birthday to model Adriana Lima, Kathy Tyson and Jordan Peterson.
7.
With concerns growing over the possibility of a second wave of the coronavirus in the US and a record number of cases reported in Arizona and growth around the world, including India and acceleration in Africa, the threat from COVID-19 remains very real. Here, the government had promised a gold standard track and trace system. Matt Lavish Holidays Hancock explained at the Downing Street briefing why that's so important.
And in fact, in the ONS study, we find that around 70 to 80% of people who test positive don't have symptoms. So that is quite a significant finding. And one of the important things about this disease, in the same way that asymptomatic transmission is one of the things that makes controlling this disease really hard and is novel for any coronavirus.
However, there's no sign of a gold standard as Baroness Dido Harding, not the one who sang White Flag, who's in charge of track and trace, explained they're only reaching 67% of people who tested positive.
In the first week of the programme, 8,117 people who had tested positive for coronavirus had their details transferred to the contact tracing system. Of those, 5,407 people, that's 67% of the total, provided us with the details of their recent close contacts. And it's very encouraging that over 75% gave us this information within 24 hours of being asked to do so.
6.
More protests are planned in the US and around the world this weekend as the Black Lives Matter movement begins to see policymakers paying attention and public opinion starting to recognise that racism's a serious issue. Yesterday, in a highly unusual circumstance, the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in the US, General Mark Milley, issued an unexpectedly frank and straightforward apology for his appearance at the now infamous Donald and His Bible event.
As many of you saw, the result of the photograph of me at Lafayette Square last week, that sparked a national debate about the role of the military in civil society. I should not have been there. My presence in that moment and in that environment created a perception of the military involved in domestic politics. As a commissioned, uniformed officer, it was a mistake that I have learned from, and I sincerely hope we all can learn from it.
5.
Arch-Brexiteer and serially unsuccessful political candidate Nigel Farage has stepped down effectively immediately from his LBC radio show after his comments disparaging the Black Lives Matter movement really conflicted with his employer Global expressing public support for the protest. But hey, Nige, we'll always have this moment, babes.
I'm immensely grateful to you for everything you've done in British politics over the last few years. I used to be an ardent Remainer. I voted Remain. I believed in the European project.
Mm-hmm.
I believed that staying in the European Union was the best thing for us. And then something happened, and something monumental happened. It completely changed my opinion on the whole situation.
What was that monumental thing, Mark?
I was kicked in the head by a horse.
Right, very good. Okay, fine.
4.
Protests have seen statues toppled and removed and many TV shows questioned over portrayal of race, including Ant and Dec apologising yesterday. But inevitably, when celebs speak out, well, rich white celebs actually, it can feel over the top and kind of miss the tone. Remember Gal Gadot's celebrity version of Imagine? A new video, in black and white of course, features Julianne Moore, Aaron Paul and Justin Theroux asking people to speak up if they see racism. It promotes a new website, itakeresponsibility.org.
Every time I explained away police brutality or turned a blind eye,
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters.
our friends, our family. We are done watching them die. We are no longer bystanders. We will not be idle. Enough is enough.
3.
Sony finally launched the new PlayStation 5 last night after delaying it a week due to the protests. It's got a slick enough design, adding curved white edging and a blue glow. It's due to launch before the end of the year, and it's got a bunch of brand new games, including Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 8, and what looks like a very cool new Spider-Man with Miles Morales.
A hero's just someone who doesn't give up. Your dad said that. He was right. Now it's your turn. Go be a hero, Miles.
In times of global stress, people have been seeking comfort in old movies and familiar TV shows. So it was nice yesterday to see Frenchie from Greece or actress Dee Conn pop up on This Morning for chats with Holly and Phil.
It's so great to see the two of you. What a gift to me. I love you both so much. And this is wonderful to get everybody up and dancing.
The whole gang's back together again.
Yes, we'll always be together.
1.
And if you're wondering what to watch this weekend, boy, do I have a podcast for you. It's called What to Watch on Netflix, and I've secured an interview with iconic director Spike Lee about his movie which is coming to Netflix, Da 5 Bloods, and he's got a message for London and England.
I like to say to everybody out there, the great people of England, that the struggle continues. America is so horrific in its racism that people sometimes might lose focus on what is happening where they live. So racism is just, even though we do it better than anybody, it's in your country, it's in your city, it's your neighborhood. It should not be anywhere on this God's earth. We appreciate your support, but take care of home too.
This has been the Smart 7. We've got an Alexa skill now. All you've got to do is enable us and then just say, Alexa, play the Smart 7. We're back Monday at 7. Please like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
All of television history is contained within the box of delights.
It was happening in front of us.
Incredible.
In our living rooms. It was amazing.
Guests pick their favourite television moment and tell us why they love it.
And is this the episode where Daisy's just been for the interview at the Woman's Magazine?
Flaps.
That's it, Flaps.
Yeah.
Named one of Radio Time's best podcasts of the year.
I don't understand people who don't see the joy in drawing the curtains, a mug of hot chocolate and something nice on TV. Like, what could be nicer than that?
Than having a snuggle.
Exactly.
Nostalgia in bite-sized chunks. Box of delights from Great Big Owl.